up, Whatty Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's hashtag anime nerdigan review is going to be for Fukumenkei Noise, aka Anonymous Noise, Season 1, Episode 6, titled Today and Tomorrow Will Walk. And this episode should have came out yesterday, but at least the anime site that I watch my anime, Fukumenkei Noise didn't come out until today, so it's the episode's fault for why this video is late. I think it had to do with the manga chapter coming out yesterday, and oh my god, catch up to the manga. We got I did a video for it already. Yuzu, there's a huge development with Yuzu, and I'm so excited. Yeah, okay. Anyway, and also let me just briefly cover how I do my anime reviews, because they're a little bit different than your average anime tuber. So basically what I do is while I'm watching the episode, I have the corresponding manga chapter in front of me, and ideally, I want this to be like match panel for panel, frame for frame, but if it doesn't, I'll call it out. Sometimes it's good, sometimes, most of the time it's bad. When it comes to dialogue, if the dialogue is just butchered, like the writing's really bad, which has happened, that's when I will call out word changes. And also something that has to be watched out for as well is facial expressions, because this manga is very, very expressive facially wise. So, and it's really funny, especially chapter 40, which is fucking hilarious. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to this review. So this episode started off with chapter 11, and oh my god, it was and they did that instead of the theme song, and I freaking loved it because it continued on from what happened last week, where our ending credits were in chapter 11 as well. It was almost perfect. It does something I really love about this anime is something that we don't get to see in the manga is, you know, hear the lyrics of the songs and stuff like that, and hear how the songs are supposed to sound. So it really feels like it's coming to life just for that reason alone. Almost all the inner monologue was there from everybody else. It was there. The only part that wasn't there, even more wasn't there, and this part wasn't there for Nino or Momo's lines were kind of screwy. It was supposed to be it's Nino's voice, and this part was skipped. It's different from the welcome party. This is almost like, and then it was supposed to go to like a monster. But other than that, like, it was really, really good. But this was skipped, which was put on the commercials. Gasp. The commercials are on air. Instead, we skipped to where we are, to where they're in the dressing room. And something else I liked is that was a nice touch was seeing Mio's reaction. I thought that was good because we don't get that in the manga. So I thought that was a nice touch as well. Oh my god, I really love this episode. This was totally worth waiting for Fukumenkei Noise. But there was a couple of things skipped. But this part was skipped in the inner monologue, which was and the under the brilliant I managed to sing as I wanted to. And the path ahead just got a little brighter. That was skipped. And I liked how we went to the flashback. That was really nice stuff, because here in the manga, it's just black. The panels are black. But this isn't. We get to see the flashback, and I love it. Thank you, anime, for doing this. I liked how they showed how Nino's mom was going nuts. So I fucking love that. That was great. We didn't get this in the manga. This part was skipped. Wow, this is so awesome. I've got more than 100 unread messages. So cool. Oh no, we did get to see Mama excited. I missed that it was like a teeny thing in the manga, but I freaking love it. I'm loving this episode. So a couple things were skipped. So Mobius, and Will You Be Free This Evening was skipped. What else is saying when she's screaming guitar? Oh my god. It had me laughing. And the facial expressions are so fucking perfect. So Momo, you can learn from this. But the line that Yuzu was supposed to say, and part of it was cut, was, "What's up, Alice? Why did you come to Yugiyahama all of a sudden?" Okay. Something that I really liked that they did here, there's a couple things I didn't mention. I liked how they spread out some of the dialogue with the classmates and how Mio heard it about Music King. And the other thing I liked that they did here is, in the guitar scene, is they had Nino instead of, her saying it like around the same time, which they could have done. I like that they had her say her dialogue first and then go into the inner monologue. I thought that was a really nice touch. And this episode of Fukumenkei Noise is just amazing. Everything is here. And I really love how they're adapting chapter 11, how like they added their own little creative twist to it, and I really, really like it. The only thing I am kind of disappointed in, and I hope the English dub will fix it, is it was supposed to be about when she says you to Yuzu, it was supposed to be Yuzu, talk about Yuzu in the third person. That's the only thing that bugs me, is that part of the dialogue, but other than that, this scene here with the guitar was fucking perfect. I was laughing my ass off, and just the dynamic was just so goddamn nice. Okay, it wasn't a few centimeters, it was 1 centimeter. But other than that little mistake, and not talking about Yuzu in the third person, this shit is really nice. And this is when I really love Fukumenkei Noise. Well, that, and I like listening to the music too. The soundtrack is fucking awesome. I like this extra, like the addition to the inner monologue that they put here. I thought that was really, really good. Because the inner monologue in the manga ends, was only 1 centimeter long. That's where the inner monologue ends in the manga. But I like that they did this extra inner monologue about, reaching for Momo and stuff like that. And I think that was actually earlier in the chapter, but I'm fine with them putting it here because it works so well. And I really like it. I will say this, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I think I actually like this episode more than the manga. That is a first for me, for you Fukumenkei Noise. That is a first where I actually like the episode more than the manga, because it is really, really good. It, like, the little touches the little additions that they put into it to make give this episode, or I should say, give the chapter more dimension, and I really appreciate it. Especially, the only thing it was that little miss scene they had, about going to commercial, but that didn't that was just a teeny thing. That didn't bother me that much. But I feel like Fukumenkei Noise has gotten its shit together, and it's really freaking refreshing. Okay, part of this dialogue was skipped here, and that kind of bothers me because it was just a simple thing. It was when Momo said, or not Momo, fuck, Nino was supposed to say after "Really I'm So Glad" we could start from the chords, but we can also, and then it was supposed to say, but we can also start from songs you want to play. I started out that way too. That wasn't Nino's dialogue. That was Yuzu's line. Yuzu's line got skipped. It just then skipped to "Then I Want to Play Yuzu's Songs," which I really wish they didn't cut out Yuzu's dialogue like that. That kind of bothers me because that was a good line there. So this part was skipped. The inner monologue from Yuzu was skipped, and that's not fair, which was, I regretted it immediately. If only I had stopped, or actually, I'm sorry, this was at the end of the last episode, and I like that was at the end of the last episode. I kind of wish it was here too, which was I regretted it immediately. If only I had stopped her from crying during that performance, then I wouldn't have had to see this smile of yours. Also, this part was skipped, and from Yuzu's dialogue, since it can't be helped. And then it skips hold on a second. It skips the last part of the chapter, which was supposed to be right here, and because I'm watching this as I'm recording this, if it's not in there, then I'll read it, but it just skips to chapter 12, which kind of bugs me just a little bit. But hold on a second. This part of the dialogue was skipped, which was, "Good morning, Momo. Your bedhead is amazing. You look like a superhero." This part was skipped too. "I'm not treating you like one. After all, you are still a child." I wish that was there because she's such a fucking, she is such a cunning little bit, mofo. Shit. What was it? Oh, and this part, he called her, unfair in the anime. In the manga, Momo says, "You're really cunning. I wish that would have been there instead of unfair." And the line wasn't supposed to be "make sure you lock up." It was supposed to be "could you please go to school tomorrow, superhero?" And also, "geez, I'm not a kid anymore" was skipped dialogue. But the thing is, and it was the same thing at the end for the part that they did, when they didn't have Yuzu's inner monologue at the end of chapter, or near the end of chapter 11, was that it's still matching, like the images are matching, like panel for panel, frame for frame for the most part. Even like Momo falling against the leaning against the wall was there, and I thought that was really, really nice. But it's just the dialogue is being missed, and it kind of bothers me. I don't know what's going on with the writing, because like, and this is not only limited to Fukumenkei Noise where this is happening. This is happening in Tsukumomo as well, where, it's matching frame for frame, but they just don't include the dialogue. So I don't know what the fuck happened. This part was skipped. Where did I see that guy next to her before? But when Baldy came in, like, we didn't get to, we didn't get to see the facial expressions because they were behind them. Or because the camera was facing Baldy, which I'm fine with. I'm actually fine with that, because we needed to see him come in. But the whole scene is fucking hilarious. Especially when it's like, I'm not going bald. I love that this anime is keeping the comedy. It's really nice. Okay, so this part was skipped from the lesson. It was right here. It was a na na na, I love you very much, Doraemon. Na na na. Our Sugawara is acting like usual again today, huh? Alice, if you've got free time to practice, let's practice something else. I wish that part would have been there, because that was a very cute moment for Alice, but whatever. The rest of this scene is really great with Mio's jealousy. And I'm telling you, Mio and Haruyoshi Senpai, they are so fucking cute together. They are freaking cute. This scene is done really, 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 really well. I'm very happy. Minus, the stuff that they skipped. And again, I understand they're trying to fill a timetable, to fit everything in. They could have taken out some of the stuff that, the extra interaction from the beginning of the episode, so they could have included that part. I don't know. Just a thought. So I actually like that they put the scene with the earrings here, even though it's in a different portion of the manga. I really like that they put that here, because it actually fits with the flow of this episode very, very well. Because, the earring fell out, so, and they're talking about, that Yuzu gave it to her. We see it in a different scene in the manga, but I'm totally fine with them putting it here. But this part, this is how the line was supposed to be. What Kuro said was, huh? Is that the piercing I got from Yuzu? What was that, Kuro? Nothing at all. That part was skipped for the most part. But I did like the stuff that they put in. I like that we had the flashback. I got a feeling if we do see it again later on in the anime, it's not going to bother me at all. But bother me that much. But I do like that we got to see that here. It was really, really nice. So when we get to the Mobius scene, entertainment scene right after that, this part was skipped. It was supposed to be after Arisugawa-san. It was supposed to be, Kuze-san, it's a good thing that I got to meet you. Were you waiting here the whole time? Yes, about 2 hours. You're a weird kid, aren't you? What's wrong? That part was that was skipped, and I think they skipped it because they added that scene with Haruyoshi Senpai, Kuro, and Mio. I don't know how to feel, if I'm too pissed about it or not, because I really liked how they did the Haruyoshi Senpai stuff, Haruyoshi Senpai, Kuro, and Mio stuff. So I'm not too pissed, but I wish that would have been there, because, again, personality-wise. Okay, so the facial expression on Nino was wrong here. It was supposed to be the blank white eyes, like she was supposed to look like a Funko. But this part, the dialogue got screwed up here. After she says, I didn't think he'd meet me or anything. If he'd left a message for you, I'd tell you. It's not like that. That was a little bit, that part was kind of screwy in the anime. They just, she said instead, didn't he want to leave a message for him? Oh, and it was supposed to be an itch, not a prick. Oh my god, the way when Yuzu said that we weren't friends, you know what Yuzu meant. For the record, we all know what Yuzu meant. Yuzu has always thought of her as more than a friend. He likes her. But freaking, just get with Yuzu already, please. Like, even in the manga, the manga, if you catch up with that manga now, they're going to be songwriting. I'm sorry I spoiled the manga, but the new chapter, which is chapter 40, has them talking about songwriting, so it's like, I'm so happy that they might hook up. I'm sorry. That chapter got me really hyped. I like the little extra dialogue that Yuzu has with Mio here. It works with the scene and all that. And I like how the animation is here for when Mio is just standing still after Yuzu left and like everyone's just walking past her. I really like how this was animated. It was really, really nice. Nino's line here, or lines here, was supposed to be not about going home. It was supposed to be, do you have a cold? You look pretty pale. I have some medicine. Yeah, that kind of got screwed up writing. The whole Mio and Nino scene is fucking perfect. I love the addition that they put in here of seeing when Yuzu gave Mio the earrings. I thought that was really a nice touch. I really enjoyed, I enjoyed last episode. Last episode was fucking awesome. This episode is really, really good. Yes, it's skipped a couple of scenes here, but I think the stuff that they added here was really, really nice. It flows. The thing is with compared to like say like Bushu Shoujo Metabolism, is that as an example, is that when with the stuff that they add here, it really works with the flow of the episode, and also, as I said earlier, it gives it more dimension, and it's really, really refreshing to see this from Fukumenkei Noise. So this part of this inner monologue was skipped. It was supposed to be because not yet, it's not over. Not yet, it's not over yet. I think that's what it was. Yeah, because it's not yet, it's not over yet. Was skipped. This part was skipped, and this is the final portion of the scene. It was, oh my god, this scene was almost perfect. It really was. But this part, again, it comes down to dialogue, because everything was there, for the most part, frame for frame, panel for panel. It's just, again, it has more to do with the dialogue being all screwy than anything else, but this part was skipped. It was supposed to be, as I thought, you're weird. That's what Mio said. And then the inner monologue was we are dumb and disgraceful. Her heart suffered a great deal. Today we walked as well. I'm glad, like, I'm actually happy with the placement of, the end of chapter 11 being at this part of the episode. I had a feeling they were going to do that, and it actually works really nicely. It doesn't fuck up the flow. The flow of this episode was really nice, even with the scene changes. So it doesn't have to be like a perfect manga to anime adaptation, like, match the manga perfectly. Ideally, that's what I would like. But there's some times where it actually works, where there's scene changes. And in the case of what Fukumenkei Noise did this episode, the scene changes actually worked for them. Worked for this episode. It worked with the flow. It didn't fuck up the flow of the episode. And the writing really got screwy in this part of the episode. What the dialogue was supposed to be... or this part, this part was kind of skipped here. All right, I've decided Inohari shall perform on that day too. Geez, Yana-san, aren't we too early trying to pick a fight with somebody else? Or with someone else? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That's my personal motto. That part of it, of chapter 11 was skipped, the last portion of it. And I kind of wish it was there. Okay, I just think it's weird that the "you really are weird" comment and it was there, but I wish that they would have finished. I wish they would have ended with the last portion of chapter 11. That's how the episode should have ended, but it didn't. Instead, we go back. As I thought, you're weird. Let me see. We do get a glimpse, this was kind of in chapter 13 when Yuzu's mother knocks on the door, but I get the feeling we're going to see the whole scene next episode. But Yuzu's mom, oh my god, just wait until later on. If you've read chapter 40, the new chapter, you're going to be shocked. If you haven't read it, you're going to be fucking shocked. But I really recommend you read it. It's really good. I will say this, the last part of this episode, was fucking perfect for the most part, except there was one part, a couple of things skipped from Momo, which was, and because you're indebted to me, it's not like I need to shake it off. That part was skipped. But other than that, the rest of this episode was really, really nice. I'm really looking forward to, like, but the thing is with Fukumenkei Noise is I look forward to every episode for this anime. This is probably, it's between this and I want to say Sugumomo as my favorite non-sequel anime. I kind of want to choose Fukumenkei Noise a little bit more than Sugumomo because Fukumenkei Noise has an added dimension that Sugumomo really doesn't, which is the, what was it? Which is the music factor, and I'm a huge music nerd, so I'm kind of biased, but the music in this anime is so good, and it's not the music that's being, played by In a Hurry that's really good. It's this whole anime soundtrack is so perfect, and I like that we hear, throughout. If you haven't noticed, throughout the anime, we're hearing Yuzu's song that he wrote 6 years ago, and I really like that we're hearing it throughout this anime. And I really, really can't wait for next week. I can't wait. I'm so excited. What I'm hoping is this anime, we will get that, like, if the season finale is, like, around the summer festival, I would be fucking happy with that, because the summer festival is really, really a good portion of the manga. But anyway, I'm curious what you nerdigans thought of this episode is. Like, I feel like since last week, it's not just limited to Fukumenkei Noise, it's for Attack on Titan as well. I feel like the anime studio just woke up. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but like 6 and 7 have just been really, really good. I really love it. And there's scenes from the previous episodes of the series that I really do like, that gave me the feels, when they were supposed to, but I really am starting to feel like this is a manga to anime adaptation. It really began with last week when it felt like that, but this week it definitely feels like it. And yes, there's some times where I actually in regards to chapter 11, I would say I like the anime more than the manga. When it comes to chapter 12, it's a little bit harder because there's a lot of stuff skipped in chapter 12. So I think I would say chapter 12 is on par with the manga, even with the added stuff. But chapter 11 was definitely better than the manga for the most part, because we got a little bit more depth. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this episode, and does this episode really make you want to read the manga? Because I'm telling you, a lot of shit that's happening in the manga right now, it makes sense when you're watching this portion of the anime. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel, friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!